Okay, so today we're going to be doing a sketch of the bar stool and how I want that to look. Also, we're doing the stream of conscious style, so I'm just going to start working on this and we'll see what happens. So I am designing a bar stool for my kitchen table, and I'm going to start just by drawing off basic idea. Here we go. So we're going to have a couple of legs coming off of this thing. So they're kind of like that. And I'll worry about getting things to scale later on. And then we're going to come up here like this. Yeah. And maybe a little there. And then we're going to have a back come across here like this. And down here like this. So basically I am just working off of rectangles and straight lines to try and get this set up, and we're going to shade this up a little bit, demonstrate that that is one piece, and it's a little bit long there, and come across here like this, sort of blow out the back, that frame support in there, and then come back here. So I've got a bit of shading going on here, and let's go for some annotations here. I'm going to make that an oak. And I believe I've got 9-inch pieces of material here, so we're going to go ahead and put a bit of dimension in here. These are leader lines, dimension lines. This is how you go ahead and dimension things. And I don't know how big this section is here, so let's go ahead and put a question mark right about there. And we're going to make this whole thing out of 1-inch square tubing, so we can go ahead and show that now, just like this. Coming down here, when you make one of these, you want to bring this down to a chisel point, and that'll give it the 3D look you're looking for. There we go. And those come back here a bit more. Okay, and I guess I need some cross pieces here to keep things nice and stabilized. And this comes back there and gets lost there, and then we come back here. Okay, and those continue off the back here to this one back here. Anyway, so in order to get this far, what I did is I went ahead and did some internet research to find a design I sort of liked. I just sort of screwed around on Google for a few minutes, or Pinterest is another good place to do this. I just went ahead and started coming up with ideas. I also went ahead and took a few pictures of my existing bar stool to get the height. I took a big tape measure I've got, and I just drew that up to figure out that I had 27-inch legs, and I happen to like that height anyway, so I went ahead and made that mark there. Took a picture of it, now I've got that information. I did similar find out here, so I believe this is actually not a question mark, this is actually I think 16 inches. So I've got 16-inch wide backrest and seat, and then this dimension from here to here, that is still X. And from there to there, that is still X. This thing's starting to get a little cockeyed, so I'll probably need to do a few more drawings there. 27 inches from the feet to the seat, and we're going to make it out of oak, and let's go and make a notation here. 1-inch square tube. I want to make this sketch using with the idea of using easily available materials. So I happen to have some oak boards, and I happen to be able to get 1-inch square tube really easy for me to just deliver it. So it's good stuff there. So let's go ahead and we'll do a front view, maybe a side view, and we'll see what this looks like from those. So I've got my seat here. I'm going to start with the seat. I like to start with the seat on this one, I guess. Here we go. And then coming into here. Oh, that's what that's going to look like. Here we go there. Come down here with the legs. And you know what? We're going to make the legs 27 inches. is probably going to throw me off slightly, but it'll work for now. And notice here I'm not trying for a 3D view, I'm just looking at it straight on as if I was looking at it straight on, no 3D view attempted here. And we'll put in a few hidden lines here. The little dashed lines here are hidden lines. If you see a dashed line in this blueprint, you know that what you're actually looking at is a line that you cannot see from that angle, but shows some feature that is hidden. So for instance, I'd have a couple of hidden lines here and here, leading into this thing here, another piece of 1-inch square tube, and then our backrest sits here. There we go. Now, there are a couple of ways. If you happen to be good at sketching a straight line, hey, good for you. If you're not, go ahead and use a straight edge. It's not cheating. It's actually a really good idea. Okay, there we go. We got those same lines again. And again, I might toss a few dimensions on here. 9 inches by 16 inches. And if that there is 1 inch, and that there is 1 inch, and we can do things like that, then this here is going to be 14 inches, I guess. And from here to here is going to be 12 inches. Because I know, of course, that and that on a 1-inch square tube, which is 1 inch outside to outside. So that's 12 inches, 14 inches wide legs, 12 inches for the inner supports, a little bit of a 1-inch overhang for the seat, and then our back comes here. I still don't know what this dimension is going to be. That I might have to find out later on as I build the thing. Okay, so I've got that. This is, I guess, our front view. Labels are really nice for this type of thing, just so you know. Alright, now let's go ahead and do a side view. I guess we'll take the right side view. I like right side views, but then I'm a draftsman, so right side views are sort of what I like to do. So let's see here. Let's do a little bit of that. And I think I'm going to end up doing something like this. You notice right now nothing is to scale. That's okay, really, for this type of rough work that I'm doing here. If it did really, really, truly matter, then I'd be using this ruler in a slightly different way. I'd actually be measuring from this point to that point and making sure everything was to my scale. But again, I'm not particularly concerned about that at the moment. I'm just trying to get this idea that I've got down. I might draw 2 or 3 different versions of this sketch, just trying to figure out again what my idea is, how I want to build this thing. And let's go to the legs. I might try drawing, half a dozen different ideas here, just to sort of try and figure out what is the best idea, what I think is the most buildable, what I think looks the best. All sorts of different reasons to go ahead and draw a bunch of different drawings here. Okay, there we go. And then just put that there. And then I was going to do that cross piece there to keep the whole thing together. I know I'm going to be using 1-inch square tube. I'm going to be welding everything together, so it should be strong, fairly strong. But I'm not going to actually test it at all, because I just know that if I try and weld it and rely on my welds and the 1-inch square tubing to support everything and don't have this cross piece thing in, this leg is going to go way over here the first time I try and sit on. So it's not worth trying. We're just going to weld everything together with these cross pieces. It'll work great. And then let's see, felt or plastic thingies. So we've got a couple of ideas here. We've got a 3D view, which might be fairly difficult for some people to draw. That's okay. We've got a front view. This is fairly easy. It's just a bunch of straight lines, a few notes, some dimensions to help figure things out. Over here we've got our side view. Again, a couple of ideas here like feet. I'm thinking about felt feet or plastic feet. That's okay. And then the other thing I can do here is if I've got a bunch of different materials, like for instance this here is going to be oak, and I want to demonstrate that this is a different material than the steel frame, I can go ahead and just put these little hatch marks in here, and then maybe put a arrow here with oak. And I'll explain that this piece and that piece are oak. So this is a very quick drawing of a sparse tool I'm thinking about making. Like I said, I may do a few extra, but this should be good enough to get me thinking about the idea. Thanks for joining in, and I'll see you later.